Hey everyone, I'm Lizeth, and today we're going to talk about the word bitch. So, I guess to start off, how would you guys all have responded if I would have started this video saying, "What's up, bitches?" We're going to talk about the word bitch today. So, I guess that kind of depends on our relationship. If I were really, really close friends with all of you guys, and I hung out with you every day, and maybe me greeting you as bitches wouldn't be that big of a deal. Maybe it would be kind of a term of endearment. I definitely have that with some of my friends where we greet each other as bitches. I say, "Hey, what's up, bitch?" Or, "Oh, girl, you look like a bad bitch." Like a term of endearment. But if we didn't know each other that well, and if we maybe had just gotten to know each other, me calling you a bitch would be very surprising and maybe a little offensive. So, which is very rightful. You shouldn't call people a bitch. Why shouldn't you call a person a bitch? Well, that goes back to the definitions of the word bitch. So, what does the word bitch mean? A lot of you guys are going to tell me a female dog. I remember hearing that early on. And yeah, that is one of the things, that is one of the definitions for the word bitch. So, according to Merriam-Webster.com, there are two main definitions for the word bitch right now. I'm going to read them. So, according to Merriam-Webster, bitch means a female of the dog or some other carnivorous mammals. Bitch can also be a word that's informal and often offensive regarding a malicious, spiteful, or overbearing woman, or used as a generalized term of abuse and disparagement for a woman. So the main idea here is that bitch has become a word that's being used to belittle women. How did that happen? How do we have words that mean something like a female dog, and how do we have that go back and mean this like really offensive thing? Well, that the process of a neutral word taking on a negative, often like sexual meaning, is a pattern found throughout language. The phenomenon is called pejoration. So a pejorative is a word having a negative connotation, like bitch, and when this word has become a very neutral word, has become a spiteful or a very offensive word like this, it's a pejorative. Another example of a pejorative is the word fuck. The word fuck, comes from sex, comes from meaning people having sex, and has become something that often people just use kind of as an adjective, or like in another way. Obviously there's like the term fucking, which means like sex, but there's also a way that people use it when they're just describing something, like, "Oh, the fucking sun is so hot." The sun is like very hot. That's what that means to say, and it's become kind of an adjective, and it's become a word used a little bit more in day-to-day life. So I guess we should talk a little bit about the origin of the word bitch. The word bitch is said to come from the Old English word beach, I think that's how you pronounce it, meaning female dog, and from an Old Norse word, bikjuna, which is female of the dog, and also female of the fox, wolf, and occasionally other beasts. But there's a theme here of dog-themed beasts. And that's just really funny that now that's not the way that we use the word. And what this process is called is reappropriation. What we've been seeing lately in our society, and we see it in the media, is that the word bitch has been reappropriated by women, and it's a big part of the feminist movement, is that women are taking back that word. And I think that that's beautiful, that we are able to take back that word and give it some power, give it some meaning. A really fun example that I have for the way that bitch has become a bit of a more casual word is Benedict Cumberbatch fans. What do Benedict Cumberbatch fans call themselves? They call themselves Cumberbitches. Like, that's so funny. I think that's a really fun way to play with that word and to play with his name. But going back to the reappropriation of the word bitch, so it's become something that people are starting to use more casually, and we see it more I see it more in day-to-day television, in the media that I consume, and it's just become a little bit more of a casual word, as well as the word fuck. You can see that too in the media. I also think it's worth mentioning that you still shouldn't call a person a bitch, especially if you don't know them. Calling somebody a bitch is different when you don't have that, like, when you don't know that you have that relationship to start off with. If you have talked to your friends, if you, like, are in a general consensus that you don't mind being called a bitch, then yeah, call each other bitches. But don't go around calling just random people bitches, because it still is offensive in that way, because it's the word bitch, when it is derogatory like that, is meant to belittle women. It's meant to show that being like a woman or being a woman is something to be embarrassed about. It's something that is, and that's why it's offensive. The first shift of the meaning of the word bitch from beast to human was not recorded until around 1400 AD. According to researcher Charles A. Collins from Southern Illinois University, bitch was first surfaced in writing to describe a lewd, promiscuous woman or a prostitute. And we see that now we're not using this word that way. So it's just a beautiful example of how language is constantly shifting, language is constantly changing, and it's just very exciting. It's exciting to see where the word bitch is going to be in a few years.